Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Yes, I am back. I am back where I belong. I've been gone way too long and now I'm ripping off Tim Armstrong. Anyways, my laptop shit the fucking bed months back. I've been waiting to get a new one. Finally got a new one. So here I am. My first video back in front of the camera. It feels so fucking weird just in a room by myself talking into a camera again. It's been too long. Anyway, I'm reviewing today a book I just read about one of the fucking greatest drummers of all time, a New York doll, Jerry motherfucking Nolan. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not a review. If you're looking for a review, go buy the fucking book. There's your fucking review. Now, go click off the video. This is more of a thoughts and opinions, kind of just giving you like my highlights of the book, my personal favorites. But yeah, I fucking thought it was awesome. So I kind of want to just gloss over everything that I thought was important in the book. Starting off growing up in Brooklyn, he never knew his dad. Well, he thought he knew his dad, but his mother apparently had an affair and had a child, and that was a whole other thing. But growing up in Brooklyn, Peter Criss, the original drummer for Kiss, became his best friend. He actually taught him how to play the drums. I thought that was fucking incredible. Fuck you, Peter Criss. You owe everything to Jerry Nolan, you piece of shit. Anyway, Jerry was an army brat growing up, so he was always moving from place to place, everything like that. He ended up in Hawaii, and that's where he seen Elvis. And apparently that's what changed his life. After that, he got the pompadour, he got the shoes, he got the suit, he had the whole 50s get-up going on and everything. And that's where the rock and roll star was born. Moving on, he had his first couple of bands. I think the second one was named People, P-E-E-P-L, some shit like that. But now we're getting into the juicy stuff. Let's move on to the New York Dolls. This is obviously moving back to New York, rekindling with Peter Criss. This is where they actually learned the drums and everything like that. And they would share a floor tom. Jerry lucked out when original doll, Billy Murcia? Yeah, Murcia died. So there was auditions held, and the two serious contenders in contention for the drummer were Jerry Nolan and Mark Bell, future Marky Ramone. And Marky was just trying to impress him too much, doing a bunch of fucking paradiddles and shit that didn't need to be there and everything. Jerry just gave him the force and the simplicity that they needed. They gave him the fucking gig. Bam, the Dolls were off and running. So the Dolls started getting their huge following in New York, which they already kind of had before Jerry, but Jerry brought style to the band. Style was a thing from an early age when he got the pompadour, and then he had the Beatles suits and everything, and then the 70s came around with the glam, and he fit right in with the Dolls, only he was better dressing than them. So they moved along touring, and this is what I love about the Dolls. Half the people loved them, half the people hated them. They're polarizing, and that's amazing. That's why I love bands like Limp Bizkit. People give me shit all the time for loving Limp Bizkit. But I love them because people fucking hate them, and that's what I fucking love about them. Anyway, they went on to record their first album. Jerry thought the drum fucking sound was shit, which apparently was a theme through the whole thing, and this is apparently when the heroin started, but it could have started beforehand, and little gray areas here and there. But after the first album was when a lot of problems started to arise and everything like that. And they made it for a couple more years, just skimming by really quick, not giving all details and everything. They made it by a couple more years, broke up. Obviously the great duo Jerry and Johnny Thunders, they formed the Heartbreakers, one of the greatest fucking bands of all time, only with one album. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, put them in. So they broke up, they got with Walter Lure, they got with Richard Hell, they formed the Heartbreakers, kicked Richard out. Richard seriously thought that Jerry and Walter were going to follow him. Fucking idiot. Fucking television junkie. So the Heartbreakers started touring, heroin use is in full swing by this point. They bring it over to England, which I find one of the greatest points about this, I guess. I love it and I hate it. All my heroes are heroin junkies. But anyway, before that, all the bands in England and everybody in England were into speed and smoking weed and doing LSD, but then the junkies came over, the ex-New York Dolls, the cool guys, and they brought their heroin with them, and they turned a lot of people on, which is shitty, I guess. Real shitty. Yeah. The Heartbreakers, now with Billy Rath on bass, continue on. Anarchy Tour shit. Half the shows are canceled because of Sex Pistols. Fuck the Sex Pistols, by the way. Fucking Malcolm McLaren. Fucking puppet bitches. Anyway, Heartbreakers have their problems. They end up breaking up. Then I believe right after that is when Jerry started to form the Idols with Barry Jones, I believe, and a couple other people. And this is when the book started to talk about his racism. And fuck you, Jerry Nolan, for your racism. I know you got better towards death, but fuck you for your racism. And they started chugging along, and they got Sid Vicious to start doing vocals and everything. And then Sid died because his pussy mother got him heroin or whatever the fuck happened. Mother did get him heroin. That's a serious. Whose mother buys them heroin? Who fucking asked their mother to buy them heroin? What is up with people? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't go cop heroin yourself? You're gonna ask your fucking mother to do it? So that all turns to shit, and that's when the moral of the story then starts to become Jerry's life kind of just keeps failing. His bands keep failing. His life keeps failing. He's stuck on heroin. He keeps moving from girlfriend to girlfriend, manipulating women, using them for money, using them for drugs. Keeps on chugging along again. Him and Johnny reunite and have some more fallouts, whatever. 1980s goes by. Then he finds out he has AIDS. Before all that, he finds out he has hepatitis C. Wonder why. Couldn't it be, you know, being a junkie, sharing needles or anything. Then there's a part where the Heartbreakers reunite, which made me really excited in that part of the book, but really sad at the same time, because I knew it wouldn't last long. I mean, I knew that just because A, I didn't live in that fucking time, so obviously I've done a little bit of research before reading the fucking book. But number two, I really just hoped for the best with them. I hoped it would last longer. They got like probably a better contract than any other Heartbreaker got before or after, really. Started to fall through with that. Johnny became the bloated head again, and his ego started to take over everything. So him and Jerry split ways again. Then the book ends on the sad note of two junkies' deaths. First, Johnny Thunders, who died first in 1991. I believe it was in April sometime. Something like that. Anyway, died of lymphoma, or early form of lymphoma, which was believed first to be a heroin overdose, obviously, because he had the reputation of a junkie, which was sad because he just went to Japan and made a lot of money and started to kind of turn his life around, I guess. He was making money, at least. But unfortunately, he died, and then the next chapter, the very last chapter, Jerry, I believe he played a gig, or he was doing something, I can't remember exactly, but afterwards he wasn't feeling quite right, and he collapsed. So he was taken to the hospital, put in a coma, and that's when he really started to deteriorate. There's a couple comments earlier about him deteriorating from the heroin use and everything, but this is really when people were like, they had to shave his head to put a tube in, because apparently his head had fluid in it, so they had to drain the fluid out, so they shaved his head for that, and he just was really unrecognizable. Just a classic case of junkie, mixed with the AIDS, mixed with the hepatitis C, all just culminating in this big fucking way to murder somebody. It really sucked. All throughout the book, every person that jammed with him said he was the tightest drummer that they've ever played with. One of rock's greatest drummers, if not the greatest drummer of all time in rock and roll history. Also, I forgot to bring up in his childhood about how he was a huge fan of Gene Krupa. He was big into jazz when he was real little also. And his mother took him to see Gene Krupa, waltzed her way right up into meeting him and introducing her son to him because it was her idol. And I just picture it kind of funny, you know, a mother just running up to Gene Krupa. This is my son. Shake his hand. Meet him. At least that's the way my mother is. She's full-blooded Italian, so she fucking just yells at everybody, you know. But almost right before they died, they did an article, I believe, in the Village Voice, pretty much about the life of Jerry Nolan. And it was ironic how they did it almost right before he died, because he never got that cemented legacy that he'd hoped for, like Peter Criss had eclipsed him with afterwards, after teaching Peter Criss how to play the drums. So it was really good that he got that, and it's good that he got this biography now. It was a great read. It's by Curt Weiss? Curt Weiss? Curt Weiss? 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 That's West, Patrick. Anyway, if you like the New York Dolls, if you like the Heartbreakers, if you like anything CBGB's related, pick up this fucking book. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I am fucking glad to be back. Thank you. If you haven't already, subscribe to the fucking channel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the fucking channel.